Chugga, 1, 2, chugga. Rickety row. Give it a get. Here I go. So, blickety flame on yo Geronimo yo.
Yo, what's going on, yo? What's going on?
What's happening, everybody?
I guess I
Well-
sort of hit the button
That
with I was watching the feed on YouTube, not watching the monitor. That's what it was. So I'm losing myself. So yeah, so welcome in. I did get word from girlfriend she will not be joining us, and I hadn't heard from Big Dog, so I don't know on that one.
Alrighty.
So, I always, gotta check.
Got it. Testing. 1, 2, 8.
Yeah. Oh, nice drink. I just saw your drink there on the screen.
Yes, nice drink.
All right.
Nice.
Good. Sounds like we're good. New mic working well. I believe. Somebody in the chat will let me know if it's not. But it is Tuesday again, so we back.
That's right.
And it's getting, I want to say, what are we, about 40 days away from the start?
Yeah, just
of
over a
the
month and a
season,
half.
something
Just
like
under a
that.
month and a half.
Yeah. So, end of August, is that Labor Day weekend? Is that the week? Is
Somewhere
that
around there, yeah. I think.
yeah, it's when everybody's trying to do their fantasy drafts. So,
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's like the last weekend before the Thursday night game, which is always crazy. It's always crazy weekend because you have people are traveling. It's always like, well, I'm going to this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but nobody. You don't want to draft um, too close to the date or too early. So
Right.
it's always an interesting weekend to do the draft.
Yeah, I try not to do mine too what I want to say too early in the preseason in case somebody gets hurt, and then you don't want to. I try not to do it. I try to do it on the weekend, so I want to do it the weekend before the season starts. So that's why I usually end up on the Saturday before.
I was going to say, are you speaking of which? Are you have you reactivated the Yahoo League?
It usually does it automatically in Yahoo, but I haven't checked. So let me see. But yeah, usually like the last 3 years, I think it like started to just auto send stuff. So
yeah, it was funny. They gave that option in for ESPN this year. It was like there's a box, for future to auto restart or whatever it is.
Right.
So, but I think I have, let's see, unsettled alternative. Okay, whatever that is. I have to delete that later. I'm just like, I don't know how to. I was trying to figure out how many of my leagues. I think all of my leagues now are active. Like all the ESPN leagues are now active, and so I got to do that. I do have to. I do have to rename one of my teams. So in Jacob's league, I think he lost the password or whatever it was, and so he had to re-up the league, and they give you that generic name.
Oh yeah.
So it's like Havoc's heated team or something like that. So I was like, yeah, okay, I need to change that. So I still got it. So now, and last year in that league, my team's name was Rinse and Repeat because I'd won the year before.
Right.
And then of course I did not win last year. So I'm like, now I need to think of a new name. I got to figure out a name for that one. So I'm going to be sitting and thinking about that one for a minute, trying to get the new name.
So yeah, my league is just checking. I'm sorry. Yeah, it auto renewed, so everybody like automatically joins. So I have to like send reminders out so people remember, hey, there's a league there.
Yeah.
I think it just like automatically resets everybody. It doesn't like resend invites. At least I don't think it does. But it just says here that everybody joined via renew. So I'm assuming it just automatically renewed.
It automatically did because I don't think I got anything, and I probably did. I very rarely check. You know what I find right now, and it frustrates my wife, but I rarely check email.
I don't even. I'm terrible with emails.
It's like email is just like now it's just an annoyance, because
it's a bunch of junk.
Yeah, but the reason is for me is that, and shout out to anybody who is in my Discord. Thank you very much. But I don't really use Discord either, which I don't use Discord. I have a Discord. I don't really use Discord. And I'm in like a million Discords. And the thing about it is that that's probably why I don't use it now. Because before I knew about Discord, I had to ask someone, like, they were like, yeah, you can join as many as you want. Because I was like, well, I don't want to join this one and then I can't join someone else. So it's like, you know what, maybe it's just best that I stay away from it. But they was like, dude, no, you can join as many as you want. And then I was in everybody's Discord. And then you get like a million notifications. So like, and it's like, dude, okay. So I just turned off all notifications altogether. And about maybe once a week, I will open it, look at what's there, and then, if I need to communicate with somebody, I will, and then I sort of shut it down again. And that's it. And because the other thing is, like, if you have like TikTok and what else do what I do now, I don't know what else. But with TikTok, people can contact you there. Like, if you want to send me a message, send me a message. I don't, I may see it, I may not see it, but that notification doesn't always just like blaring at me or anything like that. So it's like, okay, whatever. But email used to be with email. I was checking email all the time. And now, I mean, I don't check any email, and it's really bad. It's not good. So,
I'm the same.
yeah. So, I football related. So here's the thing, and for anyone who's watching, I do this a lot. We are primarily a fantasy football show, primarily, but we do talk about football. So I know people like, you're talking about for fantasy or for just, we go back and forth. It's just back and forth.
We just love football.
Yeah, we do love football. So the thing is that one of the questions, if you look at the thumbnail for YouTube, it's about to say Yahoo, we've been talking about that league. If you look at the thumbnail for YouTube, one of the questions I had, one of the things that happened this week is that I actually did a mock draft. I did a mock. And the thing was that I didn't intend to do it. So I reactivated the league. And we had been talking, last week we had talked about we all together needed to do like a mock draft.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, okay, I wonder, can we do that, within ESPN? And, maybe we get some other people that are in our league, and we'll just do a mock for our own league. Well, I was messing around in there, and then I saw a thing where it says practice draft. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can practice the draft. Let me click that and see, basically how that works. And I clicked it, and it was like immediately, like it just started. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. I hadn't thought about anything. I didn't do anything. And I think I did make myself have the 12th pick,
Oh, okay.
So I wanted the last pick. And I mean, it was 30 seconds between each pick.
Oh.
And I hadn't thought about anything. I mean, I don't even, to be totally honest, I mean, I guess I can't pull it up. I do have my draft. But I couldn't think straight. I couldn't, it was like full panic mode. And then, so I realized, I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to do a little bit more homework. So it's like, maybe I'm not as ready as, did it not pull it up? Are you kidding me? What are you doing here? Let's go. Let's see. Will it pull it up here? No, it didn't even. It won't even do it. Okay. Well, however, all that being said, I don't know exactly if it works in a fashion that we can, at least through ESPN, that we can all practice at the same time, unless we're looking at the time slots, and we all join the same lobby.
Right.
Like, there are a bunch of lobbies, so you just have to join the lobby, and we just all join the same lobby. So what I'm thinking is that we pick a random, Saturday or something like that, and we'll get as many people that want to see if they want to do the practice, and we'll just do it that way. We'll all be in a lobby to chat, and then if we'll just find one that has enough seats for all of us, and all join that one and just do it like that. I think it will be fun. Hopefully, we can have some control over that, because the 30 seconds was just not enough time. And the other thing, because I started that one, and I said, and then I went back and I looked, and it was like, oh yeah, you can pause, you can do all these things. And I guess really what I could do is set up a draft period. I guess I could set up a draft and then just like kill it, like just restart or not save or whatever it is, restart the league or whatever. Not restart the league, but you know what I mean. Just throw everything out and do that. But maybe I can do that, and then we can control everything. Because I saw the buttons for pausing and changing the amount of time and all of that kind of stuff, and I was like, dude, this is. I mean, I was like, oh, this is great. So I went back in to try to do it that way. No, you have no control. It's just 30 seconds, and we're in the lobby. You're on the clock, and it was like, dude. And of course, the other thing about it is that the computer. It's just me versus the computer. And they're just blah, 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 pick. Blah, 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 pick. It's like, man. But, after about round 5, I was like, dude, I'm lost. I really was. Because between the computer picks, I didn't have time to look at anything, take a second, look at what was left, nothing. Wow. So, all that being said, as you prepare, as he said to the audience, as you guys prepare for your draft, make sure that you have an external-ish board somewhere. Even if it's just 15 guys that you just like. You don't need to write, and this is the way I would approach it. You don't need to write down the names of the guys you know. You know what I mean? Those guys, they're going to be at the top, but if there's some guys that you've been sort of looking at, you like this guy, you like that, you like this team, write these names down, because once the clock gets rolling, and, because the other thing I couldn't set up a board or anything like that. So once that clock gets going, it's going.
Right.
And, you're not going to necessarily have a lot of time to go, which guy is this, which guy is that? Now, I think we have and I think in my ESPN leagues, we take 1 minute and 30 seconds, minute and a half. And unless you have, your auto drafting, which here's the other thing. If you can't make the draft, if you absolutely can't make your draft, talking to my people too. 1, let's see if we can reschedule at a time that everybody can make the draft. That's 1. 2, go ahead and let somebody know so that they're not just sort of waiting. The thing is that it is more fun to actually draft. It is. I
think so.
It's just way more fun. So if you haven't done that before, if you have always been an auto drafter, really and truly try to make the draft. Just try to make the draft. It's way more fun. So,
I agree.
Yeah, I just it's kind of wow. But man, I am trying to see. I'm still trying to see if I can pull this up, because it was. I mean, having the 12th pick does change some things, and
changes your strategy.
It does.
I think your strategy changes most if you're first or last.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
First or last. as we pause for this brief intermission.
All right.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. I know I didn't really go anywhere. My wife came in. I'm looking at myself on the screen. That's the craziest thing. This. It's funny when you're not paying attention to yourself. But yeah, so I said that the 12th pick, you were saying it's a different animal. It is. It's a different animal. But I still think I like the idea of it anyway. I do not want the first pick. I just don't. I mean, you do what you got to do with that pick, but on some level, or on I'll say for me, the first pick, your pick is made for you. It's now. With that being said, that was another question I had, because this year is a little different. I think just a smidge different. Because if you have the first pick, I believe the first pick is either going to be Robinson or Chase. It's going to be one of those two guys.
Probably.
But I'm just wondering, like, I asked the question, I'm trying to put the question out there, is who would people take? Which guy? You have the first pick, you're going wide receiver, you're taking a wide receiver, you're taking a running back. So I'll ask you the same question.
Yeah, I'll probably take Chase if I'm number one.
Take Chase. And that's the thing. I'm thinking about Chase. Like, I don't know. I mean, Robinson's been in the league for what? This is his third season coming up, right?
Second or third, yeah.
So, as much as he's been in the league, I haven't really paid a lot of attention. I've heard it. I've heard, some stuff, but I haven't really watched Atlanta Falcons play a lot. And the games that I did watch, I mean, either wasn't, it was an all right game, but you know what I'm saying? I haven't been intent on him. So all that being said, I'd probably take Chase too, seeing as Burrow and Chase have this thing going, and that's going to happen. It's going down all the time.
Right.
And basically, I just got my man paid. Best believe I'm going to showcase him. So, but, some people, say, okay, well, I want to take the running back. And I guess maybe if you were in a non-PPR league, maybe you consider taking Robinson first.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know that I've ever really played in a non-PPR.
I don't know. It's been a long time if I had.
Yeah. That's the thing too, because I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But that's the thing about that. It's just, yeah, so there you go. So even anybody else out there, drop it in the chat. You have the first pick, you're taking Robinson, you're taking Chase. I do have some timers going on YouTube for that one, because I just changed that, whether they pop up or not. But I was like, man, that is my question. That being said, if you're looking at two quarterbacks, is another thing on the thumbnail. You're looking at two quarterbacks, and for me, the two quarterbacks are Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Do you favor one of those guys more than the other?
Not really. As far as fantasy is concerned, no, not really. Maybe Josh.
Maybe Josh. Okay.
I think he'll run for more touchdowns than Lamar will nowadays. Lamar may run more, but I think Josh will run for more touchdowns.
For more touchdowns. He's built better. He's built for touchdowns.
Yeah, he's bigger, a lot bigger.
Yeah, he's built for touchdowns. Yeah. See, I think I would lean towards Lamar, because I like his his complementary players more.
Hmm.
And so I feel like I would lean towards Lamar and then try to grab. And back in the day, it was always grabbing Andrews, but like now, maybe Zay Flowers or something like that. You could probably get them later in the draft. And so I was, I would lean more towards Lamar. But that being said, the reason the question came to mind was that I was like, should I consider Josh Allen? That was the thing. That's what happened. It's like, I don't think I've ever had Josh Allen on a fantasy team at all. But I'm thinking, man, you know what? Maybe this year I should consider Josh Allen, as I tell all strategy everywhere. But whatever. All the guys that I'm playing with, look, it is what it is. I'm playing. If you get that guy, guess what? Lamar Jackson's still out there too. So I think they both have the same bye week this year. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Wait, I can verify that one. I believe I could. Maybe I can't. Nope, that's the wrong page. No, I can't verify that. Are you looking it up?
No, I was not. I was actually looking at something else.
All right, that's all right. No, I got it. NFL home. And I can go Buffalo Bills. Schedule. Their bye week is week 7, and Baltimore's bye week.
7. I don't know. I'm just talking.
Yeah, it's fine. Yep, week 7. So yeah, they have the same bye week. So even if you wanted to,
Yeah, could.
you can't. I mean, you can't pick.
Oh, you could, but
you could, but I mean, you'd be wasting.
the only reason I would do that is trade bait, really.
So I'm glad you said that, because we were talking about that, I just thought about this. So the thing is that in a large bench team or fantasy league, 2 questions. So this is a 2-part question. So first question is that you just said you would sometimes you grab guys and you grab them just to trade them away to somebody else. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure you're not trading them week 1 unless you get blown away with a deal. But
Right.
You sort of see who's having the first couple of, who's got the first good, easier games or whatever. And then you sort of decide, hey, okay, I'm going to take this guy, or I want to keep this guy. But when you're approached with a trade, like how often do you make trades?
Not really often. I'm not a big trade guy.
Okay.
Unless something would have to blow me away. Either I would have to be in dire straits, or I see something I have something that somebody can't refuse.
Yeah. Because that's the thing too, because I know I'm usually looking. I put out a lot of trades. It's like, dude, let's trade here, let's trade there. I like the idea of trades. However, getting the right trade is really difficult. It's like you can't, a guy's trade, like you approach a guy with a trade because he's got some hole that he needs to fill, right? And you're hoping that the hole is big enough to them that they're willing to give up something nicely to get you over the hump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've done some things before. Like I think I've made a trade before for a guy who was hurt like I received the hurt guy, and I passed on a guy that was well, but I had, you know what I'm saying, I had backups. But the hope, of course, from my standpoint, was that the guy was going to get healthy. Like he's going to be healthy and he was going to be ready.
Right.
But the other thing with that is that's usually when I'm trying to do like, you know, I'll take your injured dude, give me a halfway decent guy, and then I'll give you two guys that you like or, you know, that we can negotiate. But I don't get a lot of, you know, people. One of the guys actually in our in the show league, we joke all the time. He's always saying I'm giving out garbage trades. It's my thing. Garbage trades always. But you know, I mean, the thing is that it's got to hurt a little bit. Like I know you want Lamar Jackson. I mean, I may need maybe not your number one running back, but I may need the number two, at least that. It's just got to hurt a little bit. Your third guy's on your bench. You still got your number one guy, but you're asking for like, you know, you're asking for a definite starter, could be a league winner. So, you know, I don't know. I like trades. I like the idea of it. My father-in-law is big on trades. So in like our family league, there are trades made there, and it's cool and it's fun. My nephew also is huge. You know, I really with him. And if you're watching, what's up? Happy birthday, dude. I want to see how many of his players at the end of the season he actually
keeps
drafted. Yeah, he actually drafted. Like, cause he is on it as far as making moves, and he's good. There's nothing wrong with it. But he will. I mean, he'll move on from a guy like here. Let's get rid of this guy. Got to pick this guy up. Oh, those three dudes right there. Yep, got to get them. And you know, it's constant movement. And you know, there's sometimes it's like, dude, I got everybody I want, and I'm good for the season. Like I planned it out. Nobody gets hurt. I'm good. But I don't know. I have had those seasons. I mean, like in the league I'm in with you. The Yahoo League, there's no way that you can keep everything. You have to.
At some point, at least gotta give up somebody at some point.
Right.
Unless you just let whatever is on there take the
L.
Or just hope for the best.
And it's happened. You know, people are like, dude, I'm gonna take the 0 and still win that game.
I've seen it happen. Have you ever been in a league where your number of moves are capped?
Yes.
I've seen leagues like those.
Yes, I have. I've been in a league like that where you can only make so many moves. But I think it was I forgot. I don't think it was like for the entire season.
Okay. It's like weekly, so many moves.
Weekly. Yeah. I think it was weekly. Okay. Like you could only make so many moves, which is cool too, because you gotta make that accidental pickup. You know, can kill you. It'll hurt you for the week. And but yeah, I don't know. I've been in some bad leagues too. We sort of have questionable trades at the end of the year, and it's just like, dude, I mean, I know what happens, but that sort of takes away from it. It's like, if we're just going to build up one team just to win, I mean, 9 times out of 10, like most of the leagues that I'm in, we don't play for money. Mm-hmm. I think yours is money occasionally. We're not always money.
Yeah.
I think my family league at one point was a money league, but But most of like my league is never going to be a pay league. I can't manage it all, and
Right.
and so but if all I have to do is at this point, what is it? I don't even know what the Cash App a couple of bucks. Then I don't even have to think about it. It's just like, all right, move that on. But yeah, so there is that. What else did I have? Because I did have some list I looked at. They were interesting. Yeah. List are back. Let's see. What did I have? Wait.
So you said something about risers and falls.
Yes.
People.
Here's the thing. Here's the bad thing about that. Did you read that article?
I did not, because I tried to open it and it tried to make me subscribe to something. So
okay, yeah, I didn't read it either. I didn't get a chance to read it, so it was like I was going to read it, and I was like, oh, and then I did think about that. I was like, man, I hadn't had a chance to read it, so I didn't read it either. We can talk about that one next week. I'll figure out how to open it, and then we'll talk about it next week. But right. This is a question. This is, as I'm driving to work, I'm listening to ESPN radio, and I keep hearing. Last week, I guess I heard the list of quarterbacks where Jalen Hurts was like 9 on the list, top 10. Then, excuse me, I heard a list this morning. Somebody's top 5. Jalen was number. I want to say he was number 4. I want to say he was number 4 or 5. And the problem that I have is that everybody's saying, well, he's got a great team around him, but it's always to his detriment. And the thing is that
I said the same thing about Tom Brady.
Yeah. But the thing is that what people also say about Tom Brady is they talk about how great a leader he is.
And I say that about Jalen Hurts.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. So if you're a great leader, and if you're basically a leader of men, isn't your influence what helps to bring all these talented people up? Like, didn't that make you great? Didn't that put you in that echelon? We talk about Jordan, how he could take whatever team and just elevate the team around him. It's the part of the greatness. I don't know. What I don't like about it, and I think I did say this last week, but what I don't like about it is like we use Cam Newton was saying, if you look at Madden and you look at his offensive line, meaning Philadelphia's offensive line, they're like stars everywhere.
Right.
It's just all over the place.
Right.
And so, what was that? The moaning. What was that? No. Okay. I guess there's nothing. All right. But just looking at what Cam said and having all those stars, it's like could it be that these guys are great because they have a great quarterback?
I think it's part of it, but I still think he just has a great team around him. You have one of the best wide receiver duos in the league. You have one of the top offense. It's not just he has a great team around him. He has the top of everything in the league on his team. He has the best defensive line in the league, one of the top 3 defensive lines in the league. He has one of the top 3-5 offensive lines in the league. He has one of the best wide receiver duos in the league. He has one of the best running backs. And so it's not like it's just a great team around him. He has some of the best at every position
He's got
around
the
him.
best guys everywhere. Okay.
So
It's crazy. So when do you start drafting defenses?
it depends on how the floor of the draft is going. Like I see somebody take a defense early, I will begin to look at defenses. Or
right.
it just depends on how the floor of the draft is going. But
figure
like
out-
in the other league that we draft defensive players as well,
right.
I will look at those real early because that I'm usually on the ball on, and I usually have one of the top defenses in that league just because I draft defense so early.
Yeah. Well, with that too, you want, because with defensive players, I want that guy. That's the guy I want.
That too.
I got to go grab him now because, But I did look at I guess ESPN, and I didn't download it this year or anything like that. But ESPN did I guess they had their little experts mock draft or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing in that draft, and again, wait, actually, maybe I can pull that up. But one of the interesting things was that they did not, when they started drafting quarterbacks, it was Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and then about 5 picks, and then like Jalen Hurts. It was weird to me that Jalen Hurts, it was basically Josh Allen. Whoever picked Josh Allen, you start there. That's the run, and it's like, okay, well, if we're going now, I got to go get my guy, or I got to take that guy,
right?
If the run is starting now, and but yeah.
So how early were they saying that quarterbacks were going? Did they wait till was it like the end of the first round before they started going, or beginning of second, or?
Hold up, I'm gonna try to pull up the draft itself, the mock.
I did see one of I don't know if this was just like I don't know what kind of mock, but I did see the one that you sent.
Oh, what did I send?
I think you sent it right. It was something from ESPN, fantasy football mock draft, 12-team non-PPR. So I don't know if this was just a computer generated mock draft, but in this one, quarterback didn't go till where is it? Actually, quarterback didn't go till third.
Third or fourth round.
Third round. Yeah, and Josh Allen was the first one. He was like the fourth.
So yeah, that's the one it is. That's
fourth pick in the third round, and it was Josh Allen, then Lamar Jackson, right
back to back, and then there's like a break, and then
no, actually, it wasn't too much of a break. It was wide receiver in between them, and then Jaden Daniels was picked.
Okay,
and then there was a break, and not until the fourth round where Jalen Hurts was picked.
Jalen Hurts. That was to me, that was shocking.
That is shocking.
And of course, these are the experts. And the thing about that was, and I didn't recognize that Jaden Daniels went before Hurts, but it is one of the things that I was questioning. Another thing that I put up on the pre-roll was, is Jaden Daniels considered one of the is he considered a running quarterback?
Kind of. I mean, I would put him not as far as, talent wise or skill level, but as far as fantasy, I would put him on the same tier as Lamar.
Okay.
Because they have what to throw to, and they run a lot.
Yeah. That was just one of those deals. I was just like, man, because I didn't. That's another one of these things. I just didn't. I don't. I don't know how to say it, but I in my head I do consider him a running quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know, and like you said, with Lamar Jackson,
Yeah,
he
he's very
is.
Lamar-like.
Yeah, he's thin. You know, it looks like thinking back on like Ed Reed or somebody. It's like they hit him, he's just gonna break. it's, it's like he's just going to break. And I was that's the thing about it. But I mean, yeah, okay. So I will check that box. Jaden Daniels is a running quarterback. So
Yeah.
you put him in with Lamar. So the thing is that I do also see. Speaking of which, so I would pair Lamar and Daniels, but then I'd also pair Josh Allen and Hurts. The only thing is I think Josh, I feel like Josh runs more, or I'll say longer distances than it seems like Hurts does.
But Hurts gets more touchdowns.
Hurts definitely gets more touchdowns, and he will continue to get more touchdowns, which again is why there was that break, and I was like, what? Because if we're talking about a guy, because I think that one they said it was non PPR or whatever, but
Right.
if you look at it in our league, every time he actually does that little tush push or whatever,
mm-hmm.
I mean, he's getting yards. Everything is accumulating.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. That I just felt like, and don't get me wrong, I can see you picking Josh Allen first. I can see you taking Lamar Jackson first. Those two are guys. They're 1-2. They are 1-2. But I feel like Hurts is 3, and then Daniels is 4. You know what I want to know? Jaden Daniels, how many yards did he throw for last year?
That I'm not sure.
Depth chart. Jaden Daniels. 3,568. 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Not bad for a rookie year.
It is. That's pretty good. And then let's look at Daniels, our Super Bowl champion. Depth chart. Wow. 2,903.
Who was that?
Hurts.
Okay.
He threw for 2,000.
That's because Barkley ran for 2,000 yards. So
yes, he did. You're absolutely. But that's the thing too. Let me look. Regular season attempts, completions, yards, average. I want to see all. Yes, I'd like to see all. Because what I want to see is
how many rushing yards did he have?
Yep, that's what I want to see. Rushing. 2025, he had 630 rushes, 150 carries, and touchdowns. yeah, 14 rushing touchdowns.
Exactly.
14 times what do we get for a rushing touchdown? 6 points?
6, yeah.
Man.
Yep.
I can't do the math. I don't have my phone. That's the calendar. I don't want a calendar.
Oh, 16. You said 14 times 6, 4, 24, 84.
84. There you go. 84 points, just touchdowns alone. Just the rushing touchdown.
Just the rushing touchdowns.
Because he had, where is it? He had 18 passing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Jay.
He's a great fantasy quarterback.
He is. He is. He absolutely is. He's money.
I still think he's a great quarterback in general. I wouldn't put him in the top. Well, I'll put him close to the top 5.
Right.
Like he'd be the latter part of the top 5, but
yeah. I mean,
I'm not the type of person that gives the wins to the quarterback. That's not what I do.
You do not give the wins to the quarterback. No. Okay.
That is just very much a team. There's 21 other people that hit the field. That's just offensive defense. He still got special teams. So I'm not giving that whole shebang just to the quarterback.
Just to the quarterback.
The quarterback wins.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't like that they do that always too. I mean, I guess shout out. What is it? TJ got paid.
Oh yeah, that's right. He finally got paid.
He got paid. I forget the guy's name, but the guy in Cincinnati has still not gotten paid. Did not show up for camp.
Is that Henderson?
Yeah, I think it's Hendrickson. And then Scary Terry did not show up for camp. Wants his deal.
Yeah, he still hasn't gotten paid.
So he too.
Did Cincinnati ever figure out the dispute with their rookie that they drafted? Or are they still?
No, he didn't show up for camp either. He still does not have a deal. So there, it was funny. Somebody was saying basically 2 of the most important people on your defense, and neither one of them is. Excuse me. Neither of them is in camp. It's like not a good look. It's not a good look. Okay, here is. Let's start with another list here. I don't know if did I do a list at all yet? No, I did. But this one is sort of interesting. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's five guys to do not draft wide receivers. Wide receivers, this guy's saying do not draft.
Do not draft. Okay.
Do not draft. Number 1, Chris Godwin. I didn't even read it.
Injury? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't even read what he was saying about it. It was just like, really? Now, Chris Godwin's going to end up on somebody's team. I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter. He's going to be drafted. He just is.
Excuse me.
But here we go. We'll let that one go. Rome Odunze, Chicago Bears, wide receiver, 2nd year wide receiver. It says do not draft. He said do not draft. Now I did read about this one because I'm like, dude, I mean, like I had Rome Odunze, like he's on my board. You know what I mean? He's on the board. However, I did read, and the reason he said it's not due to his talent. It was due to the crowded receiver room and the fact that they drafted Luther Burton III.
Oh, that's right.
They drafted Colston Loveland.
Right.
Two more young guys who are good at their positions. And then you still have DJ Moore and Cole.
Right.
And so he's like, with all of that, and he also mentioned DeAndre Swift and Roshan Johnson. So they got a lot of guys. It's like, so
I can see that.
It gave me pause. I was like, okay, I get it. And the thing is that, and after reading, it's sort of the theme with a lot of these guys. Man, I'm yawning. I cannot believe it, and I apologize to y'all. But the next guy on the list is Deebo Samuel. Still, I disagree again with this one. But what he cites is, it's health concerns.
Okay.
He does get hurt. He gets hurt often.
He does.
However, the way that it's looking now, just the way that it's looking, I guess we're 40 days out. But they haven't signed McLaurin yet.
No.
And I mean, they're gonna have to. I mean, they do have Deebo on the roster. They're gonna have to throw the ball to somebody, and you just traded for a guy. I even with that, I would still pick him up. Deebo Samuel was somebody. I don't know how early I would look to try to grab him, but I would try to grab him. And they do cite. He does also talk about the fact that they have, Austin Eckler. I guess
Noah Brown.
They got McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. I think they Steph Dotson.
No.
Okay.
I don't think they have Dotson anymore. But it's a lot of guys there. And what was it? Oh no, that was the next one. Yes, I don't know even, but as I'm writing my notes, I was like, I still think he's going to be good. I think I believe that unless he gets hurt, his presence will get him, touches as well, at least early. So I believe that. But then next on the list is Marvin Mims out in Denver. And Marvin Mims, came on late last year.
Yeah.
But, and I didn't realize, Denver's another one of these teams I don't really pay tons of attention to. But what the guy says about this one is that they have his developed relationship with Cortland Sutton, Bo Nix, that is. So he's been doing that. They also apparently drafted Troy Franklin out of Oregon.
Sounds okay. I was gonna say the name sounds familiar. Yeah,
out of Oregon, which is a guy that he played with when he was there. Right. So, and it was a target for him. So he's got that relationship, basically leaving Mims out in the cold. It's an interesting thing. It's one that the whole thing about guys having relationships with guys that they played with.
Right.
Dude, I cannot stop yawning. I can't stop yawning.
Call it.
But the thing is with him is that I think about Cam Ward, Tennessee Titans, relationship with a couple of the receivers that Tennessee drafted this year, because they went and got guys. I mean, they drafted one, and I think they brought another one, at least brought him into camp. He's an undrafted free agent from his team. So it's like, okay, now you have familiar guys, here. But I guess it could be a great thing depending on relationship, i.e. Burrow and Chase. Or, it could be just a horrible thing. Like you get stuck on a guy, but this ain't college, Right. It's like the guy who's an undrafted free agent. I mean, he was an undrafted guy for a reason. I mean, you might have a great relationship with him, but if you can't get away from the guys in college, you're not getting away from the guys in the pros. So, I don't know. That's the thing. I do think about that as far as Tennessee goes.
Yeah, the guy that they picked up from, where is he, Miami? The receiver Restrepo, or I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Was he undrafted, or did they just draft him late?
They drafted him late.
Okay.
They drafted him late. I think that's the right one. Because that was the big thing with him. I think.
Like he was slow.
But I think he had his best game against Travis Hunter.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, all right.
Yeah, he's slow though, but he always gets open somehow.
He gets open.
Yeah, but he is slow as hell. He had like a 4.6 something in the combine.
Oh, wow.
He was slow.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah, for a receiver especially. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He'll mess around and put you on the inner line. It's like, have you ever thought about tight end? You ever thought about tight end? Now, there's some quick ones out there, but if you can block, get that, and then get open 4 yards, okay, we can work with that. Last on the list was Jameson Williams, Detroit. There's tons of Detroit hate right now. It's uncanny, and I get it. You know, the coordinators are gone, so everybody's really sort of wait and see, right? And but of course, the writer here admitted while I was reading it that he didn't like big play guys. That basically you rely on a guy who breaks down the field real quick and catches the ball. That's the majority of what they do. So he admitted that during the writing. It's like, whatever. But I mean, the thing is that I hear the, do not draft, and I mean, take it for what it's worth, right? I mean, revisit any talk show after a year, and there are tons of people wrong, right? It doesn't matter. But there isn't a guy on this list that I think really and truly won't be drafted by a team. Like, I think Chris Godwin
like that. He probably will be just because of his name.
Drafted. Rome will be drafted.
Probably.
Debo's going to get picked up.
Yeah.
Marvin.
But there's always somebody that's like forgotten.
Yeah, there is.
It's either like a rookie or some number 2 wide receiver that everybody forgot about, like number 2 on a lesser team that everybody forgot about, and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah. And
you'll see him out on the free agency waiver wire. People make mad rush after the draft to pick him up.
I was gonna say, and this, I guess you call them sycophants or whatever you want to call them, but I mean, I know I'm looking at the waiver wire right after the draft. Okay.
I usually do, just to give it a quick look, see if somebody was missed.
Because it's like, even what when I did that mock, like by the time we got down to like round 10, I was like, dude, you don't even have time to really blink. And so I ended up, it was funny, I think, and I can't remember. I need to find this draft somewhere. You know what? While I'm sitting, my wife took my phone, so I don't even have that anymore. But I ended up, hey, girlfriend over at YouTube.
Hey, girlfriend.
I can't even look at. I ended up with a couple of guys from like the same team at very similar positions. Like I clicked on a guy, but I didn't draft. You know what I'm saying? And I started looking at something else. And as I was waiting, I was still looking, and then the time ran out, and they drafted that guy, which also made news came in with the Steelers. What news came in with the Steelers? TJ Watt.
Oh yeah, that's about the
What?
only news I know of.
Yeah,
Let's
she
talk
said
about.
Aaron not the QB. Aaron is the QB unless he got hurt. I don't know about that one. Hold up. As a matter of
Yeah,
fact,
let's talk
you,
about.
you say something like that. Hold on. Let's
Yeah,
home. No. As a matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers is the picture for training camp. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback. That's not going to happen. Wow. But once I had missed, I was doing that draft and I missed that pick. It automatically sent me to auto draft too. So like and I didn't realize it. So the very next pick was just the like best player available type of thing. It's like, all right, man. All right. So that was pretty much done. Check the news because right now. No, I did. I checked it. It's not true. They cut him. No. You're on some other. I have no idea what you're talking about.
she must be looking at one of your clickbait sites.
Yes, it's got to be. Yeah, you're looking at some stuff that um just not true. Um, some stuff. Who's the quarterback? They got a Ritter was in the news about something.
Ritter.
Ritter, but didn't Ritter used to play for Atlanta, correct?
Yeah, he played for Atlanta, and then I think he went to Arizona.
Okay.
He signed with the Bengals. It looks like.
Okay, that's what it was. All right. Yeah, this you. But yeah, I don't know. You asked me a question last week at the end of the show about who was, I guess, to the certain extent, it was draftable players on my team,
Oh, okay.
I thought about it again, but I think my answer is still the same. But the only the only people that I really came up with now outside of defense, I think somebody could. I mean, I could pick the defense and the kicker. But I'm just thinking it's Calvin Ridley, Cam Ward, and Tony Pollard. Those are the only three I can really think of. Now, I did put on here question marks. Aquanquo.
I was going to say, what about your tight end?
Yeah. And I just put a question mark with him. And then Tyler Lockett, question mark. I believe they will both get playing time during the season. Somebody's going to pick them up to at least, they'll end up on a team somewhere. But drafted, I'm not sure. And that's the thing. I didn't. What do I have? What is this? This is that's the top 300 list. I'm missing. But yeah, I don't know about any of the other guys being drafted. But I will ask girlfriend who's in the chat over at YouTube. Thanks for showing there. And Big O, wherever you are. that maybe next week we actually talk about draftable players on all the teams. Just we don't have to hit every team, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just sort of to think about that, because I think and draftable meaning draftable, not guys that like I said, Tennessee's tight end. I don't know that people are going to draft. I don't think I wouldn't necessarily look to draft. He's on my team. I wouldn't look to draft. I also have to think about a lot of times picking a lot of Titans, but I don't know that something like I've told you. We talked about this list of do not draft.
Right.
Like Deebo Samuels is going to get drafted on name value alone.
Probably.
He'll get drafted. It's just because even if, let's say, he falls, in the draft, the thing is that you're going to be, people will be at a point. And it's like, dude, who I need, who I'm picking, Deebo. Well, yeah, just grab Deebo.
You'll see his name. It's like, oh yeah.
You'll see the name and you'll be like, yeah, just. I can't go wrong there. I mean, I'm in round 7 or 8. Whatever.
Especially if the time is running out on you to pick.
Yep.
You just happen to see his name flash by your eyes.
Yep. And I think that's how a lot of these guys will end up being drafted. But we're past our hour. So I think that it's enough said. We have
thunder outside. I was just saying some thunder outside.
Oh, y'all getting rain.
Gotten rain off and on for the past week almost. But it's still been hot. Go figure.
Yeah. Well, we had I guess we got rain last night, but then nothing. Like none of the rest of it is happening. But I mean, you got anything else? I don't really have anything else. I mean,
I do not.
Okay.
At this time.
So we have, what is it? Let me start this up. I appreciate everybody for coming out. And everybody who watched, and everybody who watched, and everyone who is watching later. Because
yes,
I do notice, and I notice you guys. I appreciate you for watching later. I know Jacob says basically sort of uses us like his morning, his Wednesday morning drive in. So, so really appreciate that.
appreciate it.
But thanks for all of that. What next week? Like I said, next week we'll talk about drafting, draftable players on teams, on all NFL teams. And maybe, just maybe by then, Terry McLaurin will have a deal, and then we can start talking about what he's going to do next year. I mean, again. Last thing, Squirrel. Rashee Rice pled guilty.
Oh yeah.
Got 30 days of jail time. I guess.
I think so.
But he gets to choose when he takes that 30 days. Must be nice.
That's what I was about to say. Nice.
But the NFL has not yet handed down any suspensions.
Right.
So
that coming.
What I heard is that I heard people throwing around 6 games. So thinking of that, would you draft Rashee Rice knowing that he was going to have 6-game suspension at the beginning of the year?
I would probably, to be honest, I'd probably forget about him. And it's not just because of the suspension, but he was also out most of the year last year due to injury.
Yep, he was hurt.
So that I would factor in that as well. So unless it's real late and I'm just scrambling to look for somebody, I probably would not end up drafting him.
Yeah, I would. For me, it would really depend on how strong how strong I felt my wide receiver core was.
Yeah,
because if I felt like it was really strong, and I had my running backs, what I'm saying? Basically, if I had my team and, I'm in a, 10th, 11th round, something there, down there. And I'm like, you know what?
He'd be a nice piece.
He might be valuable to somebody, later. And I may take him then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about it. But I saw that came up the whole thing about being able to choose when to take it. But of course, I'm sure what'll happen is if he gets the suspension from the NFL, right, he'll just take the 30 days, early, and then nothing interferes, and then he'll sit out the rest of the 6 games and then show up. Right. But he's in camp now. He's allowed to be in camp.
Okay.
So it was an interesting thing. But all that being said, all right, man, we're good. We'll see you guys next week. Come with the questions. We love getting the questions.
Yeah.
And drafts are coming up. So I know that there are questions out there. So just come with them. We appreciate everybody. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.